Graham Campbell must have become, I've tried to work out this, he became a careers teacher possibly after the first 3 or 4 years. Unlike most careers teachers, a lot of us had backgrounds in commerce teaching or social sciences or, that sort of area. And Graham was a chemistry teacher, and so he provided us, how can I put it, a counterfoil to the prevailing culture of the association. But he was an outstanding leader, and I would say had a very big influence on the CAV learning from other subject associations how to better organise ourselves, and especially how to respond to the challenge of taking a much greater role in teacher development. Because I think that while the Psych and Guidance branch was providing that, the association was just supplementing something that was going on. After I resigned in '93, the subject association, of course, became the principal training body for all the careers teachers and took over the training entirely. But they wouldn't have been ready to do that if it hadn't been that there was a foundation built up beforehand of responding to the needs for training, not just for support. So I think in the initial stages, I'd have to say, a lot of what was done was support rather than training. Work experience had been developed in schools before there was career guidance, careers teachers. Work experience in Victorian schools really commenced up the road. We're in Port Melbourne now, and it commenced at Montague Special School largely, and at, I think I'm right in saying, one of the inner city technical schools, but I can't remember which one. There was a woman at that school called Joan McLaughlin who was very significant in it. And at Montague Special School, there was Gloria Carberry, and she was teaching secondary school students with intellectual disabilities. And she recognised that if they were ever going to be in the workforce, they needed special introduction to it. So she had used work experience just out of the top of her head, really. It gradually got to be more common in schools, but certainly only in a very limited number of schools was it for everyone. But it was being used as a tool for students that were having problems to see if they couldn't get them a job, which was hardly a good background for any school program, really. And the two aspects of work-related learning were only connected by the career teacher in the school. They weren't too connected in any other way, and was recognised that a lot of the practices of schools about work experience needed to be pulled together and given a bit more legal status is not quite the right word, make sure that they were legally sound. It was when Joan Kerner was Minister for Education, so it was in the Kane government period, and I had been at Lawler North for 6 months, so that must have been 1982, might have been 81. And I was appointed as the executive officer of that with, there were two of us, and we went all around Victoria looking at how work experience was being organised. And then the committee made recommendations of how to bring it into so that there was a common practice in all schools, and to basically see that there was protection, legal protection for both teachers and pupils.